For the first of our drift lessons at Oran Park Driftland, we're using my car, a typical Privateer 180SX, and the Drift Battle Sylvia. The first step, of course, is to borrow someone else's tyres. Okay, the first technique is the handbrake. Now, the way you do this is, you put your foot on the clutch, put your hand on the handbrake. If you don't have a drift button, make sure you put your finger on the button so you can put it back down. Look where you're going to go, turn into the corner, push the clutch down, give the handbrake a good yank like that. If you don't give it a good quick pull like that, you're not going to start sliding. So you need to pull it hard enough to break traction. At the same time, you need to turn into the corner hard enough to get the car to slide and go sideways. If you just pull the handbrake in a straight line, the car's is going to slide in a straight line, and it could even start sliding the wrong way. So you don't want to do that. So once again, line up, look where you're going to go, foot on the clutch, handbrake, pull, just like that, one motion like that. And of course then you've got to counter steer. As the rear tyres start to regain grip, push the throttle to get the wheels spinning so you can keep drifting. Okay, you see how it is. You go into the corner, give the handbrake a yank, counter steer. You've got to make sure though, when you pull the handbrake, you put your foot on the clutch like that. If you don't, the car probably won't lock up the rear wheels. It's basically like doing an old skid on your BMX bike. When you're a little kid, you know, you give the foot brake a bit of a kick, you slide, and that's about it. Except in a car, you've got a power to keep it going. Okay, one more time with the handbrake. I'm not actually going that fast, so it's a fairly easy technique to get the hang of. Turn in, push the clutch down, pull the handbrake. Okay, what we're going to do now is, see that cone over there? We'll do some donuts around it. Now, you might not think that donuts are a drift technique, it's more of a burnout thing. Well, yeah, it is, but it's a good technique for learning how to control the throttle and how to control the steering. If you can go around a donut nice and tight, that's really good. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, you turn it in and just dump the clutch. Use a combination of throttle control and steering to change the radius of your circles. Like that. Okay, that flapping noise you could hear before was this. It was the bits of rubber coming off the tyre. As you can see, it's down to the canvas here. That's this stuff. First you go down to the canvas, and then you go down to the belt. That's when you start getting all the sparks. You don't really get much grip when the tyre's in this sort of state. So once it gets to this, you're fairly limited to doing slow drift. You don't get much control either, and the car tends to spin out a lot, especially if you're trying to come in under high speed and you pull the handbrake or clutch kick. You don't get much response, but then again, you want to get your dollar's worth out of your tyre, so you stay out for as long as you can. Okay, this is the tyre that was on the right-hand side of the car. Now this side of the car wasn't weighted as much in all those corners, so it hasn't worn down as much as the one on the other side has. So I suppose you could still use this if you wanted, but it's best not to use tyres which are really mismatched and put a brand new one on the other side. So we're going to throw this away. Okay, the next one you're most likely to use in a competition is the clutch kick. Now what's great about the clutch kick is it keeps your speed going, and it can even accelerate you while you're entering the drift corner. So to do a clutch kick, you make sure you've got to accelerate. If you're not accelerating, it's not going to happen. Put your foot down on the accelerator so the engine is revving up. put your foot on the clutch. Now, pick your gear, be it second or third. Look where you want to go. You go one way, and then give it a sharp yank, and you kick like that. Make sure you got the accelerator down, otherwise nothing's going to happen. We'll do a slow one first. Second gear, do it about 60. See that? The car came out nicely and had plenty of power and plenty of speed to keep going. Also, you should have seen there, when I came around the corner, I wound off the lock. If you wait until you get all the way around the corner before you wind the lock back, you're going to have too much lock, the car will straighten up and it'll spit you off onto the side of the road. Okay, once again, we're going to try the clutch kick. A bit faster this time. Still go to second gear. We're about 80. Saw that time, I actually had to back off the accelerator. I couldn't keep it floored all the way around. That was because I got into the corner with a bit more speed, and when you clutch kick, it actually accelerates you because you're putting power down and going sideways at the same time. So what's good about that is if you're in a competition, you can start sliding, you keep plenty of speed, so the guy behind you, even though you're drifting, unless he's doing the same thing, they can't keep up. Okay, this time, we'll do the same thing, but we'll do a 1-2, okay? This is good because it means you can start drifting from earlier and keep your speed up. Okay, we'll do it second gear again, just to keep it simple. Wipe the steering off. Straight line. Unless, of course, you want to keep drifting. But it's always good to remember that if you don't wind off your steering and you mess up, you're going to go straight off the side of the road. Okay, once again, the 1-2 clutch kick. Second gear. Go left, go right, kick. Notice how I let the wheel spin in my hands, as it's often faster to let the wheel turn by itself. Just be ready to grab it at the right moment. So that time I didn't do it very well, but I used the handbrake to keep it sliding. That time I wasn't going fast enough. I should have started a bit later, but I was only doing about 80 kilometers an hour. So the reason I didn't go around the corner properly was because I wasn't going fast enough for that technique. But I was able to pull the handbrake, keep the car sliding a bit, and keep it going around the corner. Okay, there's a few other important things about the interior of a drift car, not just the engine and the suspension. You've got to make sure that the steering wheel is nice and close to you. As you can see, it's not very far away from me. Also, it clears my legs. If it's going to be spinning a lot, I'm going to be trying to counter. I don't want it hitting my knees. Okay, now we're going to do Mangi. It's a Japanese word. It means sway, like a leaf falling. We call it a snaky or a fishy. It's a fun way to go down a straight. If you can link it in a corner, it's even better. So you turn and kick the clutch. As you can see, I'm not using the steering wheel very much. Most of this is controlled by your right foot, by the accelerator. You just have to feel when the car wants to switch back and forth. It's a lot of fun. It's a good drift technique. It teaches you how the car's going to react and when it's going to switch back. Switching back and forwards is a difficult technique to master in drifting. As you can see, I can't even do it that well myself. But it's a lot of fun, and the best way to modulate the drift is to just gently let the accelerator on and off. Don't go bam, bam like that quite so much. Especially if your car's not as set up as it should be, like this one is. This is fairly snob suspension. to stay well hydrated when you're drifting. Yeah. When you're setting up your car for drifting, you don't need to go straight for a big turbo or intercooler or any of that sort of power stuff. There's quite a few things you can take care of first which will make the car much better to drift. Things like strut brace. This stiffens up the car, stiffens the response, especially in an S13, they're known for having a weak front end. Things like socks over the reservoirs. As you're drifting, fluids tend to spill out, especially over here. It can spill down onto the turbo, which can cause a fire. When you're going out to the track, you've got to make sure you have an overflow bottle and a securely clamped down battery. They're going to look for this when they inspect the car. You also have to take care of the cooling of your car. The most important one is the oil. As you can see here, there's a big oil cooler. Oil tends to reach temperatures of over 120 degrees, which is when it starts to get pretty bad. So you want to make sure the engine's cool at all times. A remote mount can help with the maintenance of the car as well. It makes it a bit easier to change the oil. So while you're doing that, you might as well do this. Okay, one of the most important things about a drift car is the suspension. This car has Tane coilovers. As you can see here, the adjustable tops. These have been set to maximum camber. More camber, which is where the wheels are set like that, negative camber, increases the twitchiness of the car and the responsiveness. So when you turn in, it wants to turn. It doesn't just understeer. Also, a good thing to have are adjustable caster rods. These increase the response of the car as you're drifting by helping you turn the wheels and helping them correct. Okay, probably the most important thing about any drift car is the LSD. This car's been fitted with a two-way Cusco mechanical LSD. Now, what LSDs do is lock up the wheels under power and also, with a two-way, under deceleration. Some people prefer to have a one-way or a 1.5-way. They work only either under acceleration, and a 1.5-way works slightly under deceleration. It depends on your technique, but in this case, I prefer a two-way. It's very aggressive. When you back off the accelerator, the car wants to come out as well, and when you floor it, it keeps going. It helps with turn-in if you're nice and aggressive. If you're not very aggressive though, it does make the car understeer. So the first time you install an LSD, the car will tend to be quite scary and want to go straight off if you're not used to it. But after you get the hang of it, it's a great thing to have. Okay, here we go with the 1, 2, 3 clutch kick. Use the whole straight at driftland. So third gear, flat out. Ready? Turn in. I've just blown third gear. Alright. We got another car here. Yeah. Alright, I just broke third gear doing that clutch kick. Yeah, even though this is stock power, SR20 boxes aren't known for having a very good third gear, so, you know, that's drift, isn't it? Luckily I've still got second and fourth, so I can get home on that at least. But let's move up to a car with a bit more power. That sounds nasty, doesn't it? Okay, we're in the Drift Battle Sylvia now. It's a CA18, it's not an SR20, so I have to work a bit harder to keep it on boost. It's got a bit less torque, so I have to be a bit more aggressive. But since this is my first time in the car, we'll take it easy. We'll start off with a simple handbrake drift. It's kind of laggy. Actually, it's very laggy. I have to work a lot harder to keep it up in the power band. But once I do get it up there, it's actually really good. Okay, downshift. Downshift. Last corner, I didn't have as much power coming out of the corner. That's because I'm used to my other car, the SR20, which has got a bit less, which has got a bit more torque down low. So I guess these are techniques that drivers of maybe CA18s or maybe sprinters should be trying. You've got to remember remember, here's one more thing you got to remember, is to keep the engine revving. Now when you're pulling the handbrake, you can do that by pushing in the clutch with your left foot and revving with your right. Watch this. Okay, second gear, ready? Slow down as I went around the corner. I thought I had enough power to keep it going, but the engine started to lag. So I tried to kick the clutch. And what kicking the clutch does when you're halfway around the corner is it brings the revs up and hopefully you get it up in the boost. It's also useful even if you're in an underpowered, even a non-turbo car like a Sprinter. Gets the revs up into the power band, bang. Get it. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, this car's great. I love it.